Hi, I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my Merry Monday YouTube video. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this fun Santa train card. We're using products from Santa Express, which you can find on pages 16 and 17 of the mini catalog, July through December 2022. You can also find below my video a link to a blog post that will give you directions and all the supplies I used. This is such a great card, and the best part is the paper does all the work. So some of the print papers that go with this suite include all of these fun trains. They have presents and they have a reindeer having way too much fun. And the dies that go with it, look at that. Exactly cut that out. So you can get from a piece of paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little train pieces. Okay, so you can cut that out. Then check out Santa. And there's a die to cut out Santa and driving the train. So you certainly could fussy cut, and those of you who know me know I love to fussy cut, certainly more than coloring. But these dies do such a beautiful job, I let the dies do the work. Then did you notice in my card I have this background? Let me show you where I got that from. Seriously, the paper's doing all the work here. Look at this piece. I have 4 rows of background, and I can get 8 backgrounds from a piece of paper. And what you want to do is, I'm going to show you how I cut it. It's not hard, but there's just a little trick I want to give you. I want to cut on this line. So I want this line to be in my cutting groove, like right through here. So when I line it up, I'm going to bring it as close as I can for you. When I line it up, I want this here to line up with that. Always when you're cutting, I want to push my paper against the kind of this little lip here and push up, and that will also keep my paper in place. Then this width is 5 1/4. So I just decided where I wanted to cut it, what I want. You don't see a lot of the background anyway, but what I wanted to see, and cut it in 5 1/4 pieces. All right, let's talk about assembling our card. Besides the dies from the suite and the paper from the suite, I used the stamp set from the suite. And I'm going to use Santa Claus is Coming to Town for the outside, and You Make This Season Jolly for the inside. You could really switch it around if you wanted that at the top, and this could go on the inside. I love stamping with a Stamperez, and I've drawn where I want my basic white. This is the card insert. I want that to go there, and this is going to be the front of my card, and I want it to go there. And when I'm stamping 2 pieces of paper at the same time, if you can kind of get them to butt up against each other, they hold each other in place. Now this, whoa, sorry about that, guys. I'm working on a metal table and the magnet just caught it. This is why you put the duct tape handles on so that you can pull it up. It's really close here. This is where the sentiment's going to be at the top. So I'm going to move it over here. And just before I ink, I'm going to make sure that nothing is catching. There we go. Okay, put a stamp case underneath there, and I'm just going to grab one that holds my stamp cleaner. I'm using Poppy Parade as my card base, so that's what I'm going to use as the ink. And I know this is Poppy Parade and not Real Red because everything coordinates in Stampin' Up! And my paper pack tells me which red it is, which makes it so much easier. When you're inking, remember, a light touch. I'm going to use the muscle when I actually stamp. But if I push too hard on it now, I'm actually pushing ink away from my ink pad, and that's working against me. We can do both the inside and the front at the same time. How efficient is that? This is where I want to use some muscle. Just like so. This Christmas card is going to a little 2-year-old in our life. She's going to love seeing Santa Claus on the front there. And we're all done. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That is done. You want to clean this, but I'm not going to take time in the video to do that. But I will do that. Let's look at assembling our card. Oh, we want to stamp one more thing, guys. We want to stamp one more thing. So your Stamparatus comes with 2 plates, and this is why that's a wonderful thing. I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to stamp the envelope. This train also comes in that stamp set. So I'm going to grab my envelope, and I've marked that to fit right here. I've drawn it on my grid paper. And we'll grab the magnets again, and we're going to ink up. Now, I already told you I don't like to color, but if you're one of those talented people who are good at coloring, I would stamp this in black so you could color it. I'm not going to color it, so we're going to stamp it in red. And then we'll be set. And again, just a touch of muscle. Okay, how fun is that? Wouldn't that be great to get this in the mail and to think, oh, I want to see what's inside if the envelope looks this good. Now we can set aside our Stamparatus. I'm a big believer in no naked envelopes. So let me show you how easy this card comes together. My card base, as I said, is Poppy Parade. And all the measurements you can find on the blog link underneath this video. I'm going to fold it in half. And for me, it's easier if I use a bone folder. I just get a tighter fold that way. Then this piece right here is going to be my card front. But before I attach it, I'm going to attach the other pieces. So first, this is that piece I just showed you how I'm going to cut. And then I cut a black mat that is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. This piece ends up being 3 inches wide, so this is 3 1/8. When it's this tight, I'm going to grab the green glue because that will let me move things around and I have a little grace to kind of get it where I want. You don't need a lot of green glue. It's very strong. And let's attach that. Line it up on the edge first and then kind of move it so you have about the same top and bottom. Not bad. Now the sand is going to take all the attention anyway, so if you're not exactly straight, no one's going to notice. This is a card that comes together relatively quick. Once you have those die cut, and that doesn't take long at all, you could make a lot of these. Then we're going to attach this to our card front, like so. So I'm going to lay this straight. And then put this here. And I just kind of lined it up under there. It's not in the center. My saying is taking up more of it. See how I'm using the grid paper? So each square is 1/4 of an inch. I have this 1/4 of an inch on this side and 1/4 of an inch on this side. There we go. All right, now let's grab that Santa Claus. There's the Santa Claus. There's the wagon. And guys, I'm going to show you a quick tip. I got a little crazy with the glue right here, and we want to get that off before it dries. So grab any kind of piece of paper and just kind of take it with the paper, like so. There we go. All right. Before we attach these guys, we're going to attach this to our card front, like so. Besides our green glue, I'm a big fan of our tape runners. This happens to be Seal Plus, but Seal would also work. Our tape runners work best when you use a light touch with them. This is going to go here. I find it easier to line things up when I open my card base, but whatever works for you. I'm just going to make sure it's straight to start with, because then I'm more likely to get my card front on straight. There we go. So now we just need to add Santa and the train. I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. And really, if you wanted to use up some of this background, Santa alone would be fine on here because there's a lot of other stuff going on. But I think that reindeer is so cute that I'm going to use that too. And dimensionals, think of foam that are sticky on each side. See how they just pop things up a little bit? Add some dimension to your project. There we go. And then once I put them down, I'm going to peel the backing off. You could do that with your fingernails, the end of a snips. I like to use the Take Your Pick tool. And this is going to go pretty close to the front, like so. Now let's grab our other piece. And we're going to do the same thing. Now you could glue it flat, or you could glue just the, you could pop up just the engine and glue the little, what would we call this, a caboose or a train, you know. There we go, one of the train cars. And then I layered this so that this goes behind it, so you want kind of going straight. And see that little connector? I just stuck that back there. So we have this. We're going to add this to the inside. And we're done with our card. How easy was that? Okay, so see how my tape runner sometimes wants to pull the paper? It means I was being a little pushing too hard. So just come from the other end and go over it, and it will lay down flat for you. All right. Such an easy card and so fun. I bet you know someone who would love to get this Santa Express card. And like I said, we don't want to send a naked envelope. So there's our envelope. How easy was that card? And there's our Merry Monday card. I hope you enjoyed watching my YouTube. If you did, I'd love it if you hit subscribe below. Then you'll know when I post a new card. Until next Monday, I'll see you. Take care. Thank you.